What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phones and Drones. Exactly 2 weeks after Apple dropped the first beta for iOS 18, we now, as you can see here, are installing beta 2 and are ready to go give it a test. Apple already announced there's going to be 2 new features coming: SharePlay support, and the new iPhone mirroring on a Mac is now going to be live in this beta. I'm super excited to check this out. Let's go ahead, do our normal song and dance, and see what else might be tweaked here. I can tell you right off the bat, this phone's actually running a little warmer than usual, so we'll make sure to do our heat check, we'll check our battery life, cycle counts, and check out the build numbers for sure, and see what else we find. Let's go. All right, so iOS 18 Beta 2 just finished installing. Let's go ahead and give it a quick temp check. And while we get a couple readings, and right off the bat, you can see we're coming in over 100 degrees. It felt warmer the whole time, which is kind of strange. We're used to it being warm, but not right off the bat. And maybe it looks like it's calming down a little, but still over 100, still a couple concerns there for the updates. Hopefully the next iPhone 16 will improve thermals, as have been rumored. So Beta 2 did come in a little over, right under, I should say, a gig and a half at 1.44 gigabytes. And again, there are a few new things here. Let's jump right into it. And as you can see, this has now changed to Apple account, as has been discussed in the past. But let's go to General, About, iOS version. And you can see here, we are now on an F build with a full build number of 22A529.7F. So take that for what you would like. We still definitely are going to have a few betas in the cycle with a faraway build being an F. If those of you don't know how Apple structures their updates, the closer you get to an A build and eventually a no alphabetical letter, that is when you are actually done with the betas. So one other thing, like I said too, let's jump right into battery actually and see how bad iOS 18 beta has already been destroying it. So we do have normal battery health, and we are currently at, let's see, 97% max capacity after 302 cycle counts. So this has been dropping pretty steadily over the last 2 months or so, still massively improved over what it was on the iPhone 14 Pro Max that we did plenty of coverage on, so keep that in mind. But definitely beta for the iOS 18 has a lot of work and leaves a lot to be desired. Keep that in mind if you're thinking about putting this on your daily driver. Regardless, just something else to keep in mind too, it is still a beta. While iOS 18 Beta 1 did work out pretty well, it was not without its flaws. Even if they were small, we still never had any crashing or anything like that, app-wise or system-wise. So Springboard worked good, and that was pleasantly surprising, especially for a brand new beta. So aside from this, one thing I do want to show you guys also that has changed is actually in messaging. And let me actually go back down. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to apps, then messages. And if you scroll down, now we have a new toggle for RCS messages. So now that we have this in place, hopefully we'll see on the back end if this is activated. You got to keep in mind though, this is only for iPhone users who have a carrier that supports RCS. Not every carrier does, and currently only T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T do here in the US. Obviously, this is huge and something we've been waiting on for a while. This will actually eventually take the place of SMS thanks to having higher data limits, much better compression on videos and photos so it doesn't look like it was taken on a potato phone. So that is a nice change there as well. There is another new change with the actual App Store. If you are in dark mode, you can also now come up with a dark app for the App Store. So the next thing is, if you actually go into your widgets and go to Add Widget and you go to Wallet, there is a new customized card widget, let me just scroll through, that you can add, and you can see your balance and card details for connected accounts right here. Pretty nice. Aside from all this, if you don't want to mess with that, on the actual control center now, you can also take a look that the power button has a more pronounced effect. You can see it kind of hopping along. And it definitely has a harder feedback that's presented through the haptics. Let me log back in here as well. In addition to that, there is some EU app ecosystem changes as well. iPad OS 18 adds support for alternative app marketplace and download apps from websites. Same thing that Apple basically did on the iPhone, now it is brought over to the iPad. But aside from this, nothing really else stands out or is too significant in this beta that we found. Actually, one other thought. As you can see here, like I talked about before, for some reason I cannot get rid of that other page that I created. Let's see if we can now remove it somehow. And it's still wanting to give me trouble here. So nothing's here. Can we just skip over? And will it close out? Yep, there we go. So that bug has been fixed. Now it defaults right back to the regular control center. Awesome. So no extra page there. That was good to see. So yeah, that's it for this one. Nothing too crazy and exciting. I'm going to put RCS to the test and see if it is actually active now in this beta by texting a friend on an iPhone and seeing if it actually verifies it is an RCS message as opposed to SMS. Thanks for watching, guys. If we missed anything, let us know in the comments down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.